Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, dear brothers and sisters. How are you? Welcome to our channel today. We'll welcome phrasal verbs. Today we'll see 50 phrasal verbs. Okay, be ready and let's go. So let us ask you a question. What is a phrasal verb? What a phrasal verb is? So a phrasal verb is a phrase which consists of a verb and either or both of a preposition or an adverb that has idiomatic meaning. Okay, a phrasal verb is a phrase which consists of a verb and either or both of a preposition or an adverb that has idiomatic meaning. So you can take a verb, we take a verb, one verb, and we add a preposition. And the second element may be a preposition or an adverb. So, and at the same time, we can make the verb, the main verb, and the preposition and an adverb. We put them together, and we'll have a special meaning. And this kind of special meaning we call verb idiomatic meaning. So today we'll see 50 phrasal verbs. With every phrasal verb, we have two examples. You see, I'll give the phrasal verb, and in the examples above, I will underline the phrasal verb, which can help you understand it better. So let's go. To get into or to get on. To get into or to get on means to enter, to enter or to board a vehicle. To enter a vehicle or to board a vehicle. Okay. To get in is used for cars. To get in is used for cars. You know that. To get on is used for all other forms of transportation. Only if you want to talk about cars, we use get in. Get in. But if you want to talk about all other forms of means of transportation, we use get on. You see, example. It's easier to get in the car from the driver's side. The door on the other side doesn't work well. I always get on the bus to work at 34th Street. Okay. The second element, the second phrasal verb, to get out of, to get out of, or to get off, to get off, or to get out of means what? To leave or to descend from a vehicle. To get out of or to get off means to leave or to descend from a vehicle. To get out of is used for cars. To get off is used for all other forms of transportation as we have seen the first one. To get out of means to get out of for cars. To get off is used for all other forms of transportation. Example, why don't we stop and get out of the car for a while? Umu got off the train at the 42nd Street terminal. Okay, the third. To put on means to place on oneself, usually a set of clothes. We use it to put on. I put my clothes on, to put something on. Okay, we use to put on, to place on oneself, to put on myself. You see, okay. Mariam put on her coat and left the room. Put your hat on before you leave the house. Okay. To take off means to remove. This is the fourth one. The fourth. To take off, to remove, usually said of clothes. Okay, Pusbila took off his jacket as he entered the office. Take your sweater off. The room is very warm. Okay, Okay, the fifth, call up. To call up means to telephone, also to give someone a call. To give someone a call or to call up. Okay, to call can be used instead of to call up. As in the first example below, I forgot to call up Mr. Kologo yesterday. I better call him now. I forgot to call up Mr. Kologo yesterday. I better call him now. Okay. Call me up tomorrow, Rita. Call me up tomorrow, Rita. We'll arrange a time to have lunch together. Call me up tomorrow, Rita. We'll arrange a time to have lunch together. Right? I promise to give you a call. I promise to give you a call as soon as I arrive in Ankara. I promise to give you a call as soon as I arrive in Ankara. Okay, the sixth phrase, to turn on, to start or cause to function. Also to switch on, to turn on or to switch on, or to start to function or to cause to function. Put the light on, put the light off, and see. Okay, please turn on the light. Turn on the light. It's too dark in here. Okay, do you know who turned the air conditioning on? Do you know who turned the air conditioning on? Okay. Seventh, to turn off, to cause to stop functioning, to cause to stop functioning, to turn off, to cause to stop some functioning. Also to switch off or to shut off, See, you can see, to turn on, to turn off, to shut on, to shut off, to shut on, to shut off, to turn on, turn off, to switch on, to switch off. They are the same meaning. Okay. Turn on and turn off, as well as the relative forms are used for things that flow, which are such as electricity or gas, etc. So okay, you can use turn on or turn off for things which are flows, like liquid, like water, electricity or gas, okay, etc. Please turn off the light when you leave the room. Are you really listening to the radio, or shall I turn it off? Okay. 8. Right away, very soon, immediately. Right away, very soon, immediately. Also at once. Right away, at once, very soon or immediately. You see, that says that dinner will be ready right away. So we better wash our hands and set the table. Okay, tell Mike to come to my office right away. I must see him immediately. Stop playing that loud music at once. Stop playing that loud music at once. Okay? To pick up, to lift from the floor. 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 Okay? Repeat out, to lift from the floor, the table, etc. Right? With one's fingers, to pick up, take something from the floor or from the table. Right? With our fingers. Kwasi picked up the newspaper that was on the front desktop. Okay, could you pick your toy up before someone falls over it? Okay. The 10th, sooner or later, eventually means eventually or after a period of time. If you study English seriously, sooner or later you'll become fluent. If you study English seriously, sooner or later you'll become fluent. I'm too tired to do my homework now. I'm sure I'll do it sooner or later. Alright, 11th. To get up, to arise, or to rise from a bed. Okay. To make someone arise. For last definition, a noun phrase must separate the verb and particle. Ada And I get up at 6 o'clock every morning. At what time should we get the children up tomorrow? Right? 12. At first, in the beginning, originally. At first, in the beginning or originally. At first, English was difficult for me, but later he made great. Okay, he made great progress. At first, English was difficult for him, but later he made great progress. I thought at first that it was Sally calling, but then I realized that it was Barakisa. Okay, the third. To dress up. To wear formal clothes. To dress very nicely. To dress up. To dress up. Okay. To wear formal clothes. Or wear jackets. Or to go to the wedding ceremony. Right. To dress very nicely. We should definitely dress up to go to the theater. Okay. You'd have to dress up. You'd have to dress up for Mike's party. Alright. 14. At last, finally, after a long time, okay, we waited for hours and then the train arrived at last. Now that I am 16, at last, I can drive my parents' car, okay, as usual, as is the general case, as is typical, as usual, as is the general case, as is a typical. Yahya is later for class as usual. This seems to happen every day. Yahya is late for class as usual. This seems to happen every day. Alright. As usual, Ibrahim received the first prize in the swimming contest. Okay, it's the third consecutive year that he has won. 16. To find out, to get information about, to determine. Okay, this idiom is separate. This is separate only when a pronoun is used, in the second example. Will you please try to find out what time the airplane arrives? I'll call right now to find it out. Okay. 17. To look at, give one's attention to. To look at, give one's attention to watch. The teacher told us to look at the blackboard and not at our books. The teacher told us to look at the blackboards and not at our books. I like to walk along a country road at night and look at the stars. I like to walk along a country road at night and look at the stars. Okay, 18th. To look for, to try to find, to search for. Alright. Another phrase such as all over can be put between the verb and preposition as. In the second example, however, the idiom cannot be separated by a noun or pronoun. He's spent over an hour looking for a pen that he lost. So there you are. We've looked all over. All over for you. Okay. All right means acceptable, fine, yes, okay. All right, acceptable, fine, yes, okay. This idiom can also be spelled all right in informal usage. All right. He said that it would be all right to wait in her office until she returned. He said that it would be all right to wait in her office. Okay. He said that it will be all right to wait in his office, in her office, until she returned. Okay. Do you want me to turn off the TV? Alright, if you insist. Okay? All along, all the time, from the beginning, we've changed. She knew all along that we'd never agree with his plan. You smiling? Did you know all along that I'd give you a birthday present? Okay. You smiling? Did you know all along that I'd give you a birthday present? Little by little, gradually, slowly, little by little, gradually, slowly, step by step. Yours health seems to be improving little by little. If you study regularly each day, step by step, your vocabulary will increase. Yes, to tire out, to make very due to difficult conditions or hard efforts. Also, to wear out. The hot weather tired out the runners in the marathon. Does studying for final exams wear you out? It makes me feel worn out. Right. To call on. To call on means to call on, to ask for a response from, to visit, also to drop in on. To call on, to ask for a response from, or to visit. To call on, to ask for a response from, or to visit someone. To drop in on. To drop in on means to call on, to ask for a response from, or to visit. Okay. Juma didn't know the answer. Juma didn't know the answer when the teacher called on him. Last night, several friends called on us at our home. Why don't we drop in on Kindle a little later? Okay? Never mind. Never mind means don't be concerned about it. Ignore what was just said. Alright. When he spilled his drink on my coat, I said, never mind. It needs to be cleaned anyway. So you weren't listening to me again. Never mind. It wasn't important. Okay. To pick up. To pick up means what? To pick out, to choose or to select. To pick out, to choose, to select. Veronique picked out a good book to give to her brother as a graduation gift. Right. To pick out, to choose, or to select. Veronique picked out a good book to give to her brother as a graduation gift. And if you want me to buy you a toy, then pick one out now. To take one's time, to do without rush, not to hurry. This idiom is often used in the imperative form. Okay, see a first example. Okay, there's no need to hurry doing those exercises. Take your time. Abdullah never works rapidly. He always takes his time in everything that he does. Abdullah never works rapidly. He always takes his time in everything he does. Okay. To talk over. To discuss or consider a situation with others. Right. We talked over Karim's plan to install an air conditioner in the room, but we couldn't reach a decision. Before I accepted the new job offer, I talked the matter over my life. Okay. Before I accepted the new job offer, I talked the matter over with my wife, not life. Okay. Before I accepted the new job offer, I talked the matter over with my wife. Right. To lie down, to place one's in a flat position, to recline. If you are tired, why don't you lie down for an hour or so? The doctor says that Tanisha must lie down and rest for a short time every afternoon. Okay? To stand up, to rise from a sitting or lying position, also to get up, to stand up, to get up. When the president entered the room, everyone stood up. Akisi, stop rolling around the floor. Get up now. To sit down. Be seated, also take a seat. To sit down, to be seated or take a seat. We sat down on the park bench and watched the children play. There aren't any more chairs, but you can take a seat on the floor. All day, all week, all month, all year long. All day long, all week long, all month long, all year long. The entire day, the entire week, the entire month, or the entire year. All day long, all day, all week long, all month long, all year long means what? The entire day, the entire week, the entire month, or the entire year. I have been working on my income tax forms all day long. I've hardly had time to eat. It's been raining all week long. We haven't seen the sun since last Monday. Okay. By oneself alone, without assistance. By oneself alone, without assistance. Francis translated that French novel by himself. No one helps him. Mehmet likes to walk through the woods by himself, by himself. But her brother, prefers to work with a companion. Okay, Mehmet likes to walk through the woods by herself. Okay. By herself, but her brother prefers to work with a companion. Okay. On purpose, for a reason, deliberately. This idiom is usually used when someone does something wrong or unfair. Do you think that she didn't come to the meeting on purpose? It was no accident that he broke my glasses. He did it on purpose. Okay. To get along with, to associate or work well with, to succeed or manage in doing. Also to get on with, to get along with. Okay, to associate or work well with, to succeed or manage in doing. Okay, to get on with. Terry isn't getting along with her new roommates. They argue constantly. How are you getting on with your students? Okay, to make a difference, to be of importance, to affect. This idiom is often used with adjectives to show the degree of importance. It makes a big difference to me whether he likes the food I serve. It does make any difference to you where you go for dinner. No, it doesn't make any difference. It makes no difference to Lisa either. Alright. To take out, to remove, to extract, to go on a date with, also to go out with, to take out means to remove, to extract, to go on a date with, to go out with. Students, take out your books. Students, take out your books and open them to page 12. Did you take Blondine out last night? No, she couldn't go out with me. Right, that's true. To take part in, to be involved in, to participate in, also to be in on, to take part in, to be involved in, to participate in, to be in on. Martin was sick and could not take part in the meeting yesterday. I didn't want to be in on their argument, so I remained silent. At all, to any degree, also in the last or in the least. In the least, at all, to any degree, also in the least. Lassina isn't at all shy about expressing his opinions. When I asked Lucia whether she was tired, she said, "No, in the least, I'm full of energy." No, in the least, I'm full of energy. Alright, let's continue. To look up. To look up means to look up, to locate information in a dictionary, dictionary, book, etc. To look up. To look up, to locate information in a directory, in a dictionary, or in a book, etc. To look up means to locate information in a directory, in a dictionary, or in a book. Right. Ellen suggested that we looked up Lamina's telephone number in the directory. Students should try to understand the meaning of a new word from context before looking the word up in the dictionary. Right. To wait on, to serve in a store or restaurant. A very pleasant young clerk waited on me in that shop. The restaurant waitress asked us, "Has anyone waited on you yet?" At least means what? At least mean a minimum of, no fewer or less than, no fewer than or less than. Okay, I spend at least 2 hours every night on my studies. Mike claims that he drinks at least a quart of water every day. So far, until now, until the present time. So far, until now, until the present time. Also, up to now, as of yet. Up to now, as of yet. Alright, so far, until now, until the present time. Also, up to now, as of yet. This idiom is usually used with the present perfect tense. This idiom is usually used with the present perfect tense. So far, this year has been excellent for business. I hope that the good luck continues. How many idioms have we studied in this book up to now? This is our 42nd phrasal verb, okay, or idioms. Alright. As of yet, we have not had an answer from it. Yes, we continue. To take a walk, or to take a stroll, or to take a hike, etc. To go for a walk, to go for a stroll, to go for a hike, etc. A stroll involves slow, easy walking. A hike involves a serious, strenuous walking. Last evening, we took a walk around the park. It's a fine day. Would you like to take a stroll along Mason Boulevard? Let's take a hike up Collins Mountains this afternoon. Alright. To take a trip, to go on a journey, to travel. I'm so busy at work that I have no time to take a trip. During the summer holidays, the kiddos took a trip to Europe. Okay? to try on, to wear gloves, to check the style or fit before buying. He tried on several suits before he picked out a blue one. Right? Why don't you try these shoes on next? Okay? To think over, to consider carefully before deciding. To think over, to consider carefully before deciding. I'd like to think over your offer first. Then can we talk it over tomorrow? You don't have to give me your decision now. Think it over for a while. Think it over for a while. Right, you go ahead. To take place, to occur, to happen according to plan. The regular meetings of the committee take place in Constitution Hall. I thought that the celebration was taking place at Zango's house. Okay. To put away, to remove from slide, to put in proper place. Please put away your papers before you open the test booklet. John put the notepad away in his desk when he was finished with it. Alright. To look out, to be careful or cautious. Also to watch out. To look out, to be careful or cautious. Also to watch out. Watch out. Both of these idioms can occur with the preposition for. Alright. Look out, Rene cries. Look out, Rene cried as his friend almost stepped in a big hole in the ground. Look out for reckless drivers whenever you cross the street. Small children should always watch out for strangers offering candy. To shake hands. To exchange greetings by clasping hands. Okay, to shake hands, to exchange greetings by clasping hands. Okay, as clasping hands. Why? When people meet for the first time, they usually shake hands. The students warmly shook hands with his old professor. Okay, my dear brothers, so we'll stop here. So we have seen 50 phrasal or idioms. You can go through them, and if you want to know the meaning about it, you can look up the meaning in your dictionary. If you want to find out more phrasal verb, don't hesitate to enroll yourself or to subscribe to our channel and to click on what you call the ring and give us a thumb to like it and share the video with your friends. And if there is any question, don't hesitate to contact us with our WhatsApp number. Here is our WhatsApp number. Okay, 74728327. Okay, it's a real pleasure for us to share this kind of course with you because on phrasal verb or idiomatic words. So we'll stop here, dear friends. Don't hesitate to ask any question you like and go through them. As I said, it will be helpful for you. And after we'll do another video with other phrasal or idioms which can be helpful for you to improve your English level. Of course, I know that I am speaking rapidly. You have to be concentrated and try to understand the meaning of what I am saying. Okay, so my dear brothers, we stop here. It was a real pleasure for me to share this kind of phrasal verb. This is the first for you. Okay, Thanks. Thank you very much, and we keep in touch. Goodbye for now.